Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe and follow our homeschool journey. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for continuously supporting my homeschool channel and our homeschool journey. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my 4th grade curriculum choice picks. So we actually started school last week and I have been filming all the different things of like back to school. I already did our schedule and how we set up for the whole year, and I filmed my 5th graders homeschool choices, and now I'm doing my 4th graders homeschool choices. So we start our morning with morning basket every day, and I'm going to show that in a different video, but it's exactly the same. But I just wanted to bring up that that's part of my kids' curriculum, is they have to do their calendar. And I bought this last year at Target in January, and they really like it because you have to color it. So I'm going to show you like what this month looks like. So they color this, and they normally color this while I'm reading to them. They have to put in the date and today's temperature, and normally I ask them to put like the weather. Is it rainy, cloudy, sunny? You can see it's pretty much always sunny here. So they have to do that. And then while I'm reading to them still in the morning basket, then they move over to their word of the week. And this is almost like a riddle. I give them clues every day and they have to guess the word at the end of the week, and on Friday I give them the word. So I'll kind of just show you for this one. So this week the clues they've gotten so far is that it's a verb. They know the synonyms are offend, outrage, and injured. The antonyms are encourage and compliment. And they know the definition is make someone mad or upset by being rude to them. And they have to figure out the word, and they know that the word starts with an I and that it is a 6-letter word. So that is what we do every day. They have to guess it. I really think that is helpful. I'm going to do a whole video on the word of the week because they really like it, and I think it really helps their vocabulary. We've been doing it. You can see this notebook is full. We've been doing this all last year, and then I've already started it back this year. The next thing that they have to do, and they normally do this while I'm still doing morning basket stuff, is they do a daily review sheet. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So this is just like a spiraling review sheet. I'm going to actually show you this one right here. So this will be actually Friday. So every week it says the week and it says the day. So this says week 2, day 5. So you know this will be Fridays. Up here at the top it says write a possessive adjective from the word box below to complete the sentences. So it has a language arts part. Then it has a math part. This is writing numbers in expanded form. And then writing another number in expanded form. And then it has a reading comprehension section. So here he has to read this little paragraph. It's probably 3 sentences, and he has to answer 2 questions. And that's pretty much what it looks like. And I get all of these worksheets that you're going to see from TeacherFileBox. And what TeacherFileBox is I'm obsessed with it. It is Evan-Moor workbooks, or Evan-Moor teaching resources, because some of them are not workbooks. You'll see with my pre-K. So it has all of their resources pretty much from everything they've ever created in a digital form in TeacherFileBox. And what you do is I bought it subscription. They don't pay me anything to endorse them. I am going to put their link down below just because I think it's great. So what it is you just I paid for it. I think it was $100. I got it on sale though. I think it's $130 for the year now. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look. But what it is it's all their books digitally. You can click on each one and you can print it out. So it has all their daily reviews, all of their math curriculum, their language arts curriculums. Most of their curriculum is coming from that. And I use it with my 5th grader, my 4th grader, and my preschool son. So it's great. So after that, after the daily review, they do a handwriting. Same thing, I get it from TeacherFileBox, and it's a handwriting practice of the week, or of the day. And so this is what it looks like. So they have day 1 all the way through. So you can see like this was my son's Monday, Tuesday, and they have this in cursive. So when we're done with our print, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Once we're done with this one with our print, because Lord, they need help with their print. It is still a hot mess. We will go into the cursive one. Next, they have writing. Right now, they're both doing exactly the same writing just because I think they both need stronger writing skills. And I had a really hard time finding a curriculum that I really liked for writing, but I really like this. And I'm going to tell you why. So each week they focus on something and it kind of builds. So week 1 we focused on, and we started this in the summer, so we're on week 4. We started on like main idea and picking out a main idea in a story, and then they went into details. Now we're into creating strong details that interest your reader. I'm missing one in there, but I don't know what it was. So this is this week's. So they kind of introduce the skill, and then they have to, with some examples, and then they have to pull out these details. And then on the second day, it's again, this is a riddle, and you have to answer the riddle by using the details in the text. And then down here, you had to create your own riddle. Next is, it says, choose strong details to support your topic. Give examples and explain your ideas. So here they give you a paragraph, and it gives you ideas in the paragraph. Well, they want you to go in and kind of give them stronger by giving examples. Prove that idea. You can't just say spiders are great. Prove why are spiders great. And this one here was actually about birds. It was pretty cool. And then on Thursdays, they always have to do a little brainstorming activity. And this week it says, if you could have any pet, what would it be? Write details in the web about your ideal pet. It could be a pet you already have or one that you would like to get. And then Fridays, they will actually take their brainstorming and they will create their own paragraph, focusing on those creating strong ideas. That brings me to math. So for math, they have 3 things that they have to do, and all their math takes only about 30 minutes. So the first thing that I ask them to do is a daily review sheet. You're going to see a lot of review sheets because I think it's so important to constantly review. And I have found with my kids that if we don't review, they forget it. Like they do. It's kind of like if they don't, if we're not using that skill, it's kind of going out the window. They will not remember. And that's why I actually don't do a very long summer. We take off more weeks during the year. That's the whole reason I pretty much homeschool year round, because they do forget things. So I'm just going to show you, like this was today's. So every week, again, they have a little portion here. Today's was 3 multiplication problems. It was name the solid figure that has congruent squares on all 6 sides. And then it said draw the figure, and he struggled with drawing it. I had to help him with the whiteboard. He could not figure out how to draw a cube, but I had to show him you can do like 2 squares and attach them. Over here it's a question about fractions, and then here it is a word problem. I do like their word problems, but most of their word problems are a multi-step, which I think is really important coming from a teaching background. I know that if they take any kind of state testing, almost every single problem is a multi-step problem. So I like that they get the multi-step practice, but it's definitely, they have to really think about it. So that brings me to this. So this is his word problem of the day. Again, every day he has one little section. It's one word problem. And I'll just give you an example here. This one says, Jonathan bought 2 bags of Bird Delight seeds. Each bag holds 80 ounces of seeds. If Jonathan pours 8 ounces of birdseed in his feeder every day, how many days will these 2 bags last? So again, you can see that multi-step. He first has to figure out how much birdseed he has with the 2 bags, and then he has to figure out how many days it'll last him if he uses 8 ounces a day. What I like about these little word problems is every week they have kind of like a theme. So last week it was a story about a magician, and every day it kind of built on it. And this week it's all about this little boy, Jonathan, who has a bird feeder outside of his window, and it talks all about the birds and the bird seed, and they have to figure out problems around that. That brings me to his main math curriculum. So those 2 things take him about 10 minutes. And what we do from then is I set a 20-minute timer. And I have 20 minutes, and when that 20 minutes is up, you're done for the day. And I give them, each week I print out the lesson. So this lesson was use place value in number form and rounding. And this is for my 4th grader. I love this because it starts off every lesson with a math model. We read this together, we talk about it. It's just a really good thing to have that. And then when you flip it over, it has an example at the top, but then it focuses on these skills. Another thing I really like about this is it makes them kind of use math vocabulary and math thinking to reason why they're doing certain things. So this one says, Joe wrote 250,083 as 25,083. Is he correct? Yes or no? And why not? And in this one he wasn't correct because it was 250,000 and he wrote 25,000. So I really think that's important that they can talk about why that is the answer. Not just, well, no, it's not correct, or no, that's not right. or yes, that is correct, or yes, that is right. I want him to know why. Why is the why behind that? I think that really helps them get more concrete math skills. So you can see, so this is Wednesday. He's had this little packet of work. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 pages if you include the page of modeling where we read it together. He's had this since Monday. I give it to him 20 minutes, and he's only got 1 sheet left, which is 1 problem for tomorrow. And the way that works is, this is more of like a real life situation. So it has a problem. He has to read it, analyze it, solve it, and check it. And that's kind of like almost like a exit ticket or like an assessment in a form. This lets me know if he understands the skill, but I don't treat it like a test or even tell him that it's a test, but it does let me know if he understood the skill. So with that being said, he'll be done tomorrow, right? It's Wednesday. We don't normally do school too much on Fridays. We use Fridays as a catch-up day or a fun Friday, and we do something fun, a field trip or a science project or something like that. Cooking together. So if they finish, like he'll finish this tomorrow, on Thursday, we'll do Splash Learn. I've been doing Splash Learn with them for years. I love Splash Learn. It starts at kindergarten and goes all the way up to 5th grade. So I'm a little sad that my oldest is going to be done with it this year. But I like it because it's you can assign the little assignments that you want to do. So I assign it to match this. And then they do little videos, and it has little questions, and it's just little games that they can play with those skills. So that's what he'll do on Thursday. That brings me to his language arts curriculum. So language arts, he also has another one of those daily reviews, and it's very similar to the math, except this focuses only on language arts. So every day you have a little portion, and I'll just read you like one of these. So I'll read you what tomorrow's is. So for tomorrow, he has to write the sentences correctly. And I normally don't make him rewrite the whole sentence. I just make him mark out what was incorrect and write it on the line. Because my main thing is not that he needs to rewrite the whole sentence, but that he needs to be able to pull out that word was misspelled. That's not using proper grammar. The next thing was this one today also dealt with root words and prefixes. So he had to find the root word, and then he had to separate it between root word and prefix. And then he had to say what the meaning of that word in that sentence was. And then the other one was analogy. With this, I've noticed that on Fridays they do something a little different. So this is Fridays. It has some words here, and they have to figure out the meaning of them. And it says circle a word in each sentence that has the meaning similar to the underlined word. And then it says write a paragraph using at least 2 pairs of the similar words. Last week I just made him write sentences because to me a paragraph, it needs to all flow and be about the same thing, and I don't feel like it could do that. So I just make him write sentences. Also for language arts, that takes about 5 minutes, and then again, just like math, I set a 20-minute timer. And in that 20 minutes, we focus on language arts. Now for my 5th grader, that was the moving beyond the pages. And we will actually do that with my son once he finishes All About Reading. So we've been doing All About Reading with him because he was a struggling reader in the beginning. He's not anymore. And I really think it's because All About Reading. If you would like an extra video on just All About Reading, leave it down in the comments because I've used it since the very beginning with him. Well, since level 1. They have a pre-K level, but I don't know anything about it. So, All About Reading level 4. So this is what we're doing right now. It comes with your teacher guide, which is really step-by-step, and I like it because it is a multi-sensory program. It has tiles where he builds the words. It comes with lots of different activities. I have all mine organized in here. You can see some of the letter tiles we haven't got to yet. So, it always has activity and a fluency sheet with each lesson. And now that do come in color, I have an older one, so it's not in color. And then it also has stories. And what I do is I set the timer and we just work through it. So today he did 1 whole lesson. Last week one of the lessons was really long, and it took him 3 days to do 1 whole lesson. And so we just work through this throughout the entire week, except on the Fridays. And we just get as far as we can. This only has like 50-some or 60-some lessons, so we're already on lesson 4, and it's the 2nd week of school, not even finished. This one has 63 lessons. 63. So I know we'll finish this before the end of the year, and that's when we'll move into that moving beyond the page curriculum for him. And once I get there, I'll show it to you guys because I already have some of it here, but I'll wait to show it to you once he's done with All About Reading. Level 4, I'll do a separate video. So that is all of his subjects like that. We do together subjects right now. That is our morning basket, which consists of several different things. It is our history curriculum and then our science curriculum, right? And our spelling. I'll talk to you about spelling. Those are the only things that we really do. I'll just mention spelling really quick. So spelling, the way that I do spelling is both of my kids, he's actually the better speller than my older son because I did all about reading with him, and it's all about your phonics skills, and he's really learning the phonic rules. So what I did was I just took, and I got this from the TeacherFileBox, I took their spelling list. They have books. Building Spelling Skills is the name of their books, and they have spelling lists. And I take these, and what I do is I give my kids a pre-test on Monday. Really, I give it to them on Fridays. I give them a pre-test on Friday, and that's their new spelling words. And then through the week, they do Spelling City. That's all I do with them is Spelling City. There is a free version, and that's what I do. I don't pay for the premium. So we do Spelling City. They play games on it all through the week for about 10 minutes. And then on Friday, I give them their spelling test. So we do the words that they had that week, and then we do the pre-test for the words they need for next week. And we focus on 10 words. If they miss a word, it stays on that list. So last week, my fourth grader missed 3 words. So this week, he only got 7 new words to make a total of 10. And that's kind of what we do. And this has like 30 lists per grade level. And so I just printed out all the lists and started them, and we're just working through. So it seems to be working out really good. They like Spelling City, so they're pretty happy with that. So that is all their curriculum other than their together subjects, which I will do separate videos on. Thank you so much for watching.